If you're watching this video right now, there's a good chance you're about to make the biggest mistake of your post-breakup life. You're thinking about reaching out to your ex. Maybe you've already typed the message. Maybe your finger is hovering over the send button. Maybe you've convinced yourself that just one text won't hurt, that you just want closure, that you just need to know if there's still a chance. Stop right now. Because what I'm about to reveal to you will save you from an energetic catastrophe that most people don't recover from for months, sometimes years. Today we're talking about something I call the seal break, a concept that will completely change how you understand the invisible forces at play after a breakup. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button because on this channel we reveal the hidden, psychological, and energetic truths that nobody else has the courage to tell you about attraction, power dynamics, and human behavior. Let me explain what the seal is. Imagine that the moment your ex walked away from you, an energetic seal was created. Think of it like a force field, an invisible barrier between you and them. On your side of this seal, there is pain, there's confusion, there's that desperate need for answers. But here's what most people don't understand. On their side of the seal, there's something completely different happening. There's curiosity, there's doubt, there's a slow-growing question that gets louder every day you don't contact them. That question is, did I make a mistake? This seal is your greatest asset right now, and you don't even know it exists. It's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even while you sleep. It's creating psychological pressure in your ex's mind. It's making them wonder about you. It's forcing them to sit with their decision. It's the only thing giving you any power in this situation. And the moment you reach out, the moment you send that text, make you that call, like that post show up where you know they'll be, you shatter this seal into a million pieces, and once it's broken, you cannot rebuild it. Let me repeat that because it's critical. Once you break the seal, you cannot put it back together. The energy shifts permanently and not in your favor. Here's what happens on an energetic level when you break the seal. Imagine your ex has been carrying a weight, a psychological burden. Even if they don't consciously acknowledge it, breaking up with someone creates guilt, uncertainty, fear of being the bad guy, wondering if they're making the right choice. This weight sits on them. It follows them throughout their day. When they're with friends, when they're at work, when they're lying in bed at night, there's this nagging feeling. But the moment you reach out, you lift that weight off their shoulders and place it entirely on yours. You become the one who's desperate. You become the one who can't move on. You become the one who's still stuck. And they become free. They get confirmation that they made the right choice because look at you. You're the one who couldn't even last a week without contacting them. You just proved that you're weaker than they are. You proved that you need them more than they need you. And in the brutal mathematics of attraction, the person who needs less always has more power. Let me tell you exactly what goes through your ex's mind when you break the seal. In the first few days after the breakup, your ex is in what I call the relief bubble. They feel lighter, they feel free, but there's also a tiny part of them that's waiting for you to react, waiting for the desperate messages, waiting for the drama, waiting for confirmation that they still matter to you, that they still have value in your eyes. When you don't reach out, something unexpected starts happening in their psychology. They start experiencing cognitive dissonance. Their brain is confused. They expected pattern A, your desperate pursuit, but they're getting pattern B, absolute silence. This creates mental tension that their brain desperately wants to resolve. They start checking their phone more often. They start looking at your social media. They start asking mutual friends about you. Casually, of course, just wondering how you're doing. Every day that passes without your contact is a day that seed of doubt grows bigger in their mind. Did I matter that little? Are they already over me? Are they with someone else? Did they never really love me in the first place? This is the seal working its magic. This is the invisible pressure building. But the second you reach out, all of that evaporates instantly. Your text message, no matter how casual you tried to make it, no matter how friendly and breezy you attempted to sound, translates to them as, I am not okay without you. I am thinking about you constantly. I am the one who's suffering. I am the one who needs closure. I am weaker than you. They don't even have to consciously think these words. It registers on a deeper level, on an instinctual level, that humans use to assess power dynamics and social hierarchy. And just like that, the roles are cemented. You are the pursuer. They are the pursued. You are the one stuck in the past. They are the one moving forward. You need them. They don't need you. Now, let me explain the energetic disaster that follows the seal break. When you reach out to your ex, you're not just sending words through digital space. You're sending your energy, your desperation, your need, your weakness, and energy, unlike text messages, can't be unsent. It reaches them on a level that bypasses their conscious mind. They feel it even if they can't articulate it. They feel your lack, your emptiness, your dependence on them for your emotional stability. And human beings, we're wired at the most primal level to move away from neediness and towards independence. It's not conscious. It's not a choice. It's evolutionary biology. We're attracted to people who seem complete without us and repelled by people who seem incomplete without us. This is why the seal is so powerful and why breaking it is so catastrophic. Here's another dimension most people never consider. Every day you don't contact your ex, you're living in their mind rent-free. Think about that. You're not doing anything. You're not chasing. You're not begging. You're not explaining. And yet you're occupying more space in their thoughts than if you were sending paragraphs every day. Because the human mind abhors unanswered questions. Your silence is the biggest unanswered question in their life right now. Why haven't they reached out? How are they so okay? What are they doing? Who are they with? Their imagination fills in the blanks. And here's the beautiful part. Imagination is always more powerful than reality. Their mind might be creating scenarios where you're already happy with someone new, where you've completely moved on, where you never really cared that much anyway. These scenarios cause them more pain than any words you could ever say. But the moment you break the seal, you answer all those questions. You reveal your hand completely. Mystery disappears. Curiosity dies. And so does any chance of attraction returning. Let me tell you what successful seal maintenance looks like. It's simple but incredibly difficult. You do nothing. You say nothing. You like nothing. You appear nowhere they might see you. You become a ghost, not because you're playing games, but because you're genuinely focused on rebuilding yourself. You're going to the gym. You're pursuing your goals. You're spending time with people who value you. You're rediscovering who you were before this relationship defined you. And here's the part that might hurt to hear, but is absolutely true. The version of you that's tempted to reach out right now, that version is not attractive. That version is needy, desperate, operating from scarcity. That's not the version of you that will get your ex back, if that's even what you want. And that's definitely not the version of you that will attract better people into your life. The seal gives you time and space to transform from that desperate version into your powerful version. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but what if they forget about me? What if the longer I wait, the more they move on? Let me destroy this myth right now. If your relationship meant anything, if there was any real connection, any genuine love, any true intimacy, they will not forget you. You cannot forget someone who genuinely impacted your life. What they might do is suppress the feelings, distract themselves, try to move on with other people, but you'll still be there in the back of their mind, especially if you maintain the seal. The person they can't figure out, the person who didn't react the way they expected, the person who showed strength when they expected weakness, that's the person who haunts them. That's the person they wonder about at 3 a.m. That's the person who becomes the one that got away. But if you break the seal, if you reach out, you make it easy for them to categorize you. You become just another ex who couldn't let go, just another person who didn't respect their decision, just another desperate soul they have to feel sorry for, or worse, annoyed by. You go from being a mystery to being a problem, from being someone they're curious about to someone they need to create distance from from being potentially valuable to definitely not worth reconsidering. Here's something else that happens when you maintain the seal. You start to realize something profound. You start to realize that maybe you don't actually need them back. Maybe what you thought was love was actually just attachment. Maybe what you thought was connection was actually just habit. Maybe what you thought was your soulmate was actually just someone who was good enough for that chapter of your life, but not for the next one. The seal doesn't just work on them. It works on you. It gives you clarity. It gives you perspective. It gives you the emotional distance necessary to see the relationship for what it actually was, not what your romanticized memory is telling you it was. And sometimes, by the time your ex comes back, and they often do when you properly maintain the seal, you realize you don't even want them anymore. You've evolved beyond that relationship. You've become someone who deserves better. Let's talk about timing, because this is crucial. There's a window after a breakup where the seal is most powerful, roughly the first 30 to 90 days. During this time, emotions are still raw. The relationship is still fresh in both of your minds, and the psychological pressure of your silence has maximum impact. But here's the trap. This is also when you'll feel the strongest urge to break the seal. You'll have moments of weakness. You'll see something that reminds you of them. You'll have a bad day and want comfort. You'll convince yourself that just checking in is harmless. You'll rationalize it 1,000 different ways. Just one message, just to be friendly, just to show I'm mature, just to get closure. Every single one of these rationalizations is your ego trying to relieve its own pain by breaking the seal. Don't fall for it. The temporary relief you might feel from sending that message will cost you weeks or months of progress. It's not worth it. Now, let me address the elephant in the room. What if your ex reaches out first? What if they break the seal from their side? This is different. This means the seal worked. The pressure built up enough that they had to release it. But even Eddie, you have to be strategic. Your response cannot be desperate. It cannot be a flood of emotion. It cannot reveal that you've been waiting by your phone for this exact moment. Your response needs to be brief, warm, but not eager, friendly, but not available. You're showing them that yes, you're still a good person, but no, you're not sitting around waiting for them. You're not their guaranteed backup plan. You're living your life, and they're just someone from your past who sent a message. This keeps a modified version of the seal intact. This maintains the power balance. Here's the ultimate truth about the seal that nobody tells you. It's not really about getting your ex back. That might happen as a side effect, but that's not the real purpose. The real purpose of the seal is to protect your energy while you heal and transform. It's to prevent you from giving away your power to someone who already decided they don't want it. It's to create space for you to remember who you are without them. It's to allow the universe to bring new and better things into your life without you being energetically tied to your past. The seal is your cocoon, and just like a butterfly, you cannot rush the transformation. You have to trust the process. So here's what you're going to do right now. You're going to delete that draft message. You're going to resist the urge to check their social media. You're going to turn your attention inward instead of outward. You're going to use this pain as fuel to become the best version of yourself you've ever been. And you're going to trust that the seal is doing its work, both on them and on you. Because the truth is, whether your ex comes back or not, you win. If they come back to an upgraded you who has boundaries and if they don't come back, you move forward as someone who knows their worth and won't settle for being someone's second choice. That's the real magic of maintaining the seal. Now, if this message resonated with you, hit that like button and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to this channel because we're going to continue exposing the truth about attraction, energy, and power dynamics that will transform your entire life. Remember, your power is not in chasing someone who left. Your power is in becoming someone who doesn't need to chase anyone. Protect the seal. Protect yourself. I'll see you in the next one.